Can you see my slides?
Yes. Next. So we are on live actually, yeah.
Go ahead.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the live interaction with course instructor for the course Designing Learner-Centric MOOCs. As we close on the third week of the course, this online interaction is planned with our course instructors, Professor Jayakrishnan M and Professor Sahasrabudhe. Professor Samir has already joined and we are expecting Professor Jayakrishnan soon. So this session is basically for you to interact with the professors, with the instructors, and ask your different questions if you have, since we are in the third week of the course. And we would also like to hear from you regarding the session, like your feedback on what all things went right and what all challenges or different challenges you faced during this session. So we have already shared one link to share your thoughts in the forum, and yeah, now the session is the platform is open for discussion, and you can interact with our instructor, Professor Sahasrabudhe.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, all of you. And I think this is the first interaction we have planned at 5 p.m. based on the popular demand of many people who said they would like to join in around 5 o'clock so that they can be free from their official work or something. So good. The objective of today's discussion is about definitely troubleshooting and other answers, but the first and the foremost is also because of the timeline. So there are multiple announcements actually. All of you are requested to keep posting whatever you feel like about the course, about any other administrative things. So first and foremost, the announcements are regarding registration. So now I think the registration link is closed. So we have close to 1200 registrations in the course, but that number is not really important here, because how many people are actually actively participating in the course is what matters. And if you see, there are 47 people who have registered for the exams. Now this is the number which I am sure will be critically looking at all the course things, because otherwise they would probably not be able to appear for the exams. Now they have already registered for the exams. So the important announcement here is that the exam registration is open up to 16th of Feb. Okay, so we have less than 9 days now to register for the exam if people in the audience are interested in that. So let us take a quick call about all of you who have joined right now. So can you just write +1 if you have registered for the exam? We would like to know if people who have registered for the exam are attending. Okay, you can write +1 in case you are the person who has registered for the exam. Okay. I will just take a second to figure out if there are. And Arjun, if you get some messages on the chat, please let me know.
Sure. So the respondents, they can, yeah. Viewers, you can reply through the YouTube chat. So I got one response from Dr. Shanti and Desai.
Okay. Yes. we have, I think, around 20 participants. Okay, Art Land is saying I will register today. Okay, I just opened the YouTube link myself also on another device. Yeah, that's a good point. If somebody has a plan to register, they can also write down, like planning to register.
Yeah.
That's also done.
We have two more. So one from Manoj Srivastava and G. Patil. Yeah.
Okay. So, by the time, Arjun, can you just post on the WhatsApp groups that the YouTube live has started? So those
Sure.
people who want to join can do that. Okay. So we have somebody saying they wanted to register now. Okay, so Dev Singh blog and Akshay Padekar. Comment for both of you and including somebody called Artland. Oh, even Priyanka Patel. So comment for all of you is that the registration is open only for next 9 days. So is it possible to raise a concern? Okay. Yeah, what is this concern about, Manoj? You are most welcome to raise the concern. I am just moving to the next slide by the time people can just reply. Okay. So what we have found out is that the discussion forums are getting lot of responses now. And we have in fact added discussion forum moderators. So if there are any discussion forum moderators in the group right now who have joined, they can write their names or they can maybe post a thumbs up or something like that. So I know that who are the discussion forum moderators. The point being that we have added new discussion forum moderators in order to give you more support. We have introduced a WhatsApp group, okay, so that there are a lot of people who were not very much sure about using the discussion forum as such. So we have started a WhatsApp group in order to, so we have seen that there are a lot of people who want to interact on the WhatsApp group also. So we have that. There is a lot of peer interaction happening now on that group, and we propose actually all of you should create cohorts to interact. So while you are attending, if someone wants to join the WhatsApp group, if they have not yet joined it, then this is the screenshot of the QR code. So maybe you can actually join it. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to post the invite link so that you guys can click on that link and join the WhatsApp group. So from people who are here, I think that will be useful. Yes, so let's see. We can share that into the discussion here. Trying to post it. Okay, so this is the link for joining the WhatsApp. Okay, in between, if the team give us a recapitulation combining at least 2 weeks courses, it could be a class options for live interaction. It could be a class. One, if the team could give us a recapitulation combining at least 2 week courses, it could be a class with options for live interaction. Okay, so you are saying is that every 2 weeks, if we conduct a live session and say that, okay, this is about these 2 weeks, then you would be able to ask questions. Is that what you are saying, Manoj? If so, yes. Loosely it is planned like that, so not a problem. But because there are in these first 2 weeks, what happened is that many people joined at various levels. So we have not focused the questions only on week number 2 and 3, which were the weeks released after our last live interaction. We have tried to keep it open from even week 0. But if you want from the next time onwards, we can easily do this planning. We can say that, okay, now the next interaction can be based on week number 4 and 5, because that would be nice. So if you are able to get the answer that you were looking for, then we can just reply on the chat right now, because this is what you are looking for. So let us go ahead, and here is the activity for all of you. Okay, so you can type. I assume that all of you have gone through the content. Okay, so if you have gone through the content, can you tell me the answer to this question? Which of the elements are difficult to understand? Is it learning dialogues? Is it learning by doing activities? Is it learning extension trajectories? And out of these 3 things, which one is the hardest and why? So can you just share that point? We would like to see your responses. Okay, there is another question in between. Course is really good, but holding discussion seems a challenge. Yes, sir. YouTube goes one-way communication, sir. Yes, yes. So I get it. We can also have live interaction as a Google Meet interaction. Yes. So point taken, Manoj. We will organize YouTube, not YouTube, but Google Meet interactions for the interested people. I would totally support that, and I will personally be present in that. So yes, we will do it. It could be once in 2 weeks, yes, as you suggested. Sure. Yeah, in between, can people answer this question? None of them are difficult. Okay. Avinash Pandey said LXT is relatively more challenging. Okay. Difficult to understand learning experience IT. Okay, great. I was expecting that. Learning by doing. Okay. Relevant material is hard to find. Oh, Sujit Gore is actually giving a nice insight about learning by doing activities. Relevant material has to find. So this is slightly difficult question actually. So let us see how we want to get there. Not yet seen LXT. Okay. Shanti Desai say all are manageable, but deadline dates can be extended. Okay. So that's a practical problem. Yeah, but I would still like to ask. So these deadlines are actually defined by the NPTEL pattern itself, because of the weekly structure. But in fact, you might be surprised to know that these 2 weeks are not apart, the deadline are not apart by 1 week. So ideally, this could have been, if the second deadline is 8, the first deadline could have been 1st of February. But what we did was that in order to accommodate, because the registration went up to 5th, so in order to accommodate people who will join late, we kept it at 7th. And therefore, these deadlines cannot be shifted. But I don't think so that solving those things would be okay. What is Surabhi think? That seems to be a bit difficult, as it takes 2 or 3 times careful reading and scaffolding is required. Okay. So you are saying that the content about LXT is difficult, right? So yeah, let us see how we can try and solve that part. So why not we actually have next week we have an interaction about LHCs, and I would like to circulate a Google Meet link for all of you who would like to participate in the Google Meet discussion, right? It was a good idea to have the first submission a bit late. Okay, great, it helped. Okay. Uh, so all in all, I am able to figure out that LXTs, understanding LXT is a bit of a problem. So here I would like to narrate a small incident actually. So maybe if you can see me now, maybe I'll stop the screen share for a while. And yes, so I would like to give an example here. So apart from this course on LCM, I often teach a course on animation. Okay. So when I teach a course on animation, uh, there are learners from various diverse disciplines, diverse backgrounds, and diverse learning objectives. Okay. So where the LXT is designing LXT is a challenge. And why is that a challenge? So I'll just bring it up. So if I tell you that my course is on 3D animation and modeling, basically let's rephrase it. It is a course on 3D modeling and animation. So if I give you this sentence, that course on 3D modeling and animation by Sahasrabudhe of IIT Gandhinagar, what is that you think that who would be the learners who will join the course? What would be the profile of the learners? Who all will join the course? Maybe you can type the answers in the chat box. Who all will join the course? What are the profiles of the learners who will take this course, will register for this course? I'll give you a minute to figure. And if there are any answers, then maybe Arjun can help me.
Sure, sir.
Reading them out. So, for example, I can say there are learners from fine arts background who would like to take it. Even the okay,
Animation students, computer application students.
Okay.
Then those students aspiring for job in animation.
Okay, those who are going for a job in animation. Okay. It is 3D modeling and animation. Okay, by the way.
Yeah, Dr. Pungota, I also agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what are the industries? Yeah, that's a very generic answer. Students who want to aspire career in animation. But I'm saying from which domains will they come? Will they be commerce graduates, or which animation would they like to do? Which types of animation will they be doing? Youngsters. Okay.
Yeah.
Any specific domain that you can suggest? Let me rephrase. Where all is animation applied? Where is the application of animation?
Oh, profession. Srabi Sharma has mentioned his professional courses.
Okay.
Sujit has mentioned fine art, applied arts, product designing.
Product designing, new thing. Okay, great.
Yeah.
How about website animations for websites?
Yeah, we have responses from Dr. Shanti, like biology teachers will also prefer to join.
Yes.
Then advertisement from advertisement industry.
Okay.
Yeah. So Avinash Pandey is responding not only students from computer science, but also other students or professionals who need animation as part of their work, for example, teachers, YouTubers, etc.
Correct. So, moment you, so there are people from YouTubers. How about architects? Architects will require animation, right? Somebody said product design already, website animators. There are people who will require 3D modeling for 3D printing industry, right? So if you have to print a mug or a cup like this, then probably you should make a 3D model of that. As you can see, all of us have given a huge list of places where 3D modeling and animation can be applied. There will be potentially students from all these walks of life, and that will consume this registration, EdTech industry. Okay, great. So I think you are getting the point. Now imagine this situation. As a course instructor, my challenge is that whenever I have designed the course, I have written in the objective that this course is for A, B, C, D people. But when people from allied domains join, then they feel that they are not part of the course because this course is not designed for them. And that is where the learning extension strategy helps. So what's the benefit of learning extension strategy? It is not the curriculum part. It is not part of what is the core title of the course. But it is something that they wish to learn in addition to what they have been doing in the course. And therefore, I create a LXT probably titled that if you want to know traditional cell animation process followed by this means, then go to this video. If you want to know principles of animation as followed for computer animation, then go to this research paper. If I say that, okay, for architectural animations and animated walkthroughs, here is a demonstration of a software tool that you want to follow. So you can realize that only people who are interested in architectural domain will probably go there, but others who want to follow traditional cell animation will go to the earlier video that I said. Essentially, what happens is that every LXP will cater to a particular audience and make it a success just because we have labeled it in that way. So I would like to just take another minute of yours to explain how LXPs are rolled out in this case itself. And probably it will clarify the doubt for many people. All of those who are saying that LXP looks very, very different. Okay, I'm sharing the screen now. Uh, Please let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes.
Okay. So when I say overview of MOOCs as the week 1, and I have the course introduction here, which is just a video. Okay. But if you see what are the LXPs for week 1, well, the LXPs for week 1 are written right on the top, where I say that, okay, LXT 1 is about perspectives of teachers and learners during pandemic. So this is the first LXT, and this is another LXT. So LXT has two parts. We have written it here that one is about online education during pandemic, and second is evaluation and statistics of MOOCs. So the reason you can easily see that there will be two categories of people who would be interested in these things. We don't mind if people want to go through everything. That's not the problem at all. But for those who want to see the evolution of MOOCs as a historical side, they would go for LXT 1.2. But all of those who are more interested in online teaching learning pedagogies may like to go on LXT 1. So if I click on LXT 1.2, what I get here is another set of links. And if you also see, what we have done here is that on the corner side, we are mentioning, or maybe we are hinting the type of content here. So this is a video and this is a website. Okay. So based on this, you can actually go across and see that how MOOCs evolved in a video and what are the statistics. And just because we want to see whether you have seen these external resources or learning trajectories, we have put up the assimilation quiz here. And once you attempt this quiz, you would be very sure about like what you wanted to participate for. So this is the design that we are following. And what we expect you to do is that you should also try and figure out for your own course what would be the learning extension trajectory. So if someone wants to do an example about LXT, I suggest that you post a name of the course and let's see if our peers can help us out in finding out what are the LXTs for that course. If somebody is game for it, then let's go ahead. By the time I'll show you the LXTs for week 2 now. What is week 2? Week 2 is about creating a learning dialogue. So if we know that learning dialogue is the topic of this week, then what should be the additional reading material about it? Well, we thought that there could be people who want to make videos as LEDs, but there will be people who want to make anything outside videos as LEDs. So we have two LXDs, one reading material about how to make better video-based LEDs, and the second is about how to make LEDs which are non-videos. So this is the point. I think, if you have understood my question, post the topic that you want the LXDs to be made, and we will all try and make that. Arjun, if you get somebody talking about it, please let me know.
Sure, sure.
So these are the two LXDs. Similarly, if I go to week 3, where we are going to talk about creating LPDs, what are the LXDs for that? We have put up two LXDs again. One of the LXD is about what are the pedagogies of designing activities. That is again pedagogical factor. And the second LXD is about what are the technology tools for designing LPDs. So we are trying to give you a flavor of how people will kind of explore the both angles and both trajectories of learning. At this point, I also get reminded of another example, like whenever we were in colleges or schools, especially in colleges, we used to have a reading material list provided for every course. The problem with that was that maybe only 10% of the learners in the class would go for that, and even within that they won't read more than 50% of what is provided in the reading material, because practically it is not possible to read everything that is given there. And the reason was that it was too long, it was too daunting. Apart from the textbook that you are already learning, then you have to read research papers from 15 different places or book chapters. That was becoming too daunting. Therefore, here what we have tried to do is that if you want to learn a new trajectory and it is about technology tools, all you have to do is click here, but this will not take you to a long list. It will only give you two links. One is about technology tools for formative assessments, other is for Moodle-based formative assessment. So this is where we have tried to keep it simple, and you know what is the result? The result is very encouraging. In fact, from the point of view of the numbers, where only few amount of learners used to occasionally read the material that is provided, now we have people who are completing 100%. People in fact are doing 200%. People are doing, telling us that we have read both the LXDs.
So we have some responses here.
Okay.
So Surapi Sharma is mentioning overview of instructional designs for MOOCs.
Overview of instruction designs for MOOC. Okay.
Vinash Pandey is mentioning the topic is how to create an LXD.
Oh, how to create LXDs. So LXDs on this topic you will be able to see in the next week, because that topic is about LXDs.
Yeah. And Shruti is telling LXDs about all the software or tools or applications for creating contents at one location for all the future reference will be very helpful for creating powerful and effective contents.
LXTs about all the software tools applicable for creating content at one location for future reference. Will be this. That's the point, Shruti. Uh, the issue here is that if I give them in a non-chunk manner, it looks very daunting. The reference-based papers and tools list is very good, but it is not chunked according to my choices. And therefore, what we have tried to do is that we have kept them, released them week by week, and we have tried to give them labels so that if at all you want to only look about pedagogy and you are really not bothered about technology, so you can just click on pedagogies for activity design and you will come to know, okay, there are formative assessment strategies and there is a Bloom's taxonomy. These two things will fix it. So that now that you can see that these are the two things. There is one document and there is one website, like you see the corner icons. So
Avinash has an interesting question. How do we decide upon trajectories if we have learners from varied backgrounds and abilities?
That is the exact crux of the point where we come to decide the LXTs. So the golden rule here is that we have to please remember that this is not about the content. We cannot say that okay, this is what you have learned is content. Like formative assessment strategies is not part of designing learner-centric MOOCs per se. It is not part of the curriculum, but it is content that is good to know about. That is exactly the exercise I wanted to try out. But most of you are given very high conceptual pedagogical problem here. Instead of that, if you give me a subject from maybe physics or chemistry or biology or banking, finance or something, we can have a fruitful discussion about it. So the point is that so revised Bloom's taxonomy can be a separate lecture probably, but in a different course called as instructional design. But here in a course called as designing learner-centric MOOCs, revised Bloom's taxonomy is only an additional reading material. So you have to remember what is in the course and what is outside trajectory of the course. And the decision can be very easy because you should be sure about the contents of the course. Once you are sure about it, then you can keep looking out for the additional content. So that is how we apply it. But one of the other advantages that we get is if we analyze the diversity of learners. So the moment we have introduce yourself kind of activity, or we have a Google form where we come to know that okay, teachers are from the varied backgrounds, or they are from varied industrial experiences, or there are students from various disciplines. All such data tells us what should be the learning trajectories provided for people. Okay, so this is the simple answer as of now, but because the next week is coming up about LXTs totally, you will have detailed explanation about what is the LXT, how to create LXT, how to kind of design the questions for LXTs. All that will be covered in the next week. So I don't want to give you a premature answer on that. But I think it was a good interesting activity for talking about various aspects of it. What is the time now? Is there any other question that you have, or I have one more activity if you are? So okay, do we have some questions in the form that we should take? Let us go and take that at this point.
Okay, sir.
Is there anything?
Sir, I'm just opening. Yeah. Sir, actually, Shruti has given a couple of questions. So one is,
Okay.
Is it possible to have available even after the completion of this course all the references of various softwares or applications useful for creation of contents? While
Publish such a list, I think it could be a master LXT list. We have never published something like that. I would rather recommend, yeah, maybe some of the learners can do that. They can just make it and maybe send it to us. We will host it, no problem. All the electives in the course. But I don't know whether you are aware that you can access the course even after the course date is over. This is like permanent login now that you have. That you will be able to access the course as far as it is up on the web. There is no problem of not being able to access it. So that will help you
yeah.
in retrieving the information.
She also has another question. Like while watching some videos related to applications available in market for free, it was observed that the same are not free and need to be purchased. For example, Flashback Express. How authentic are such videos?
Yeah, so if the videos are not available, the content is not available, or the software is not available in free of cost and it's not open source, then it is very difficult. Yes, I understand. So, but it is also because that we hardly check the in the past. Uh, it was not a norm to understand what we can call it. Mm, the policies, the privacy policies and the financial policies of software. I remember I was talking to a class it was in Metro City. I don't want to name the college, but it was a quite big college. And there were like, this was in 2004 or 5. So I said that, do you all have access to computers? He said, yeah, we have a desktop at home. How many people have laptops? So only 2 people said, I have a laptop. That time laptop was a very luxury item. So I asked them, okay, all of you who have desktops, please tell me about um, what is the operating system it runs. Everyone said Microsoft Windows. Okay, great. So have you purchased uh, the Windows operating system? It, no, we thought it comes with the desktop. So that is where a lot of people realize that, okay, operating system software is something that we have to buy and it is not something that we can pirate so easily. But the problem about not being able to be aware about it also is just part of the system. So a lot of people make that. So software industry right now is quickly in that transition mode of free versus premium, and it is called as premium. And some part is free, some part is paid. So yeah, depending on our requirement, I think we can mix and match. Most of the schools are available in this free or premium mode that you can try out something for 3 attempts and then fourth attempt after that will be chargeable and all that. Yeah, that is all fine. Right. Then
Yeah.
any other?
Divya is asking like if you could compare between Swayam MOOC model and the model of the MOOC being taught by you, it would be great.
Acha. So, Swayam model actually is also around the same lines. Any MOOC model for that matter will be almost on the same line. It will always talk about elements such as videos and activities and reading material and discussion forum. The new thing here is that we are talking about active learning theory embedded into that model. And that's why learner-centric MOOC model is the new name for it. Otherwise, most of the elements will be the same. Every MOOC model will have the same elements.
Okay. So Nihita is asking, like in certain MOOC courses, there is flexibility, or it is necessary to complete a session to move ahead. But in our course, we have the flexibility to begin from any week in the course. And what is the reason for this preference of this mode?
Sorry, I just was reading. So you said that in other courses it is possible to register and
No, sir. Actually, in a typical in certain MOOC courses, like there is a restriction that you need to complete a session to move ahead. But
okay.
in our LCM course, we have the flexibility to begin from any week in this course.
Hmm.
And what is the reason for choosing such a mode?
The reason primarily is that MOOC itself says that it has to be massive and open course. So we believe that if our structure of our content is such that, so you can just start with LBD suppose, and you don't care about LED, and you just go to LBD. Well, there's no problem. When you want to create your own book, and when you're planning your book, you realize that, okay, I don't know anything about making videos. Where is that content? Oh, it was in week 1, so maybe I should go there and see. So, although every teacher may have their own strategy about it, but I believe that instead of making a rule like that, so if you look at the course structure right now, it is such that you basically cannot skip. So if I had given everything about all the elements in first video itself, in the first week itself, then probably people would have skipped the second and third part. But because we are releasing the content in the format of LED and then LBD separate and LXC separate and LXI separate and maybe something else more to come in the feeds coming up, probably you all have the curiosity, okay, what is coming up next? And that is the strategy that the instructor is using in order to get your engagement. So that's how it works.
Okay, thank you. And another question from Surbhi Sharma is during the WhatsApp discussion, she realized that there are that reflection sports can also be treated as a full-time assessment activity. So she wanted you to.
Can it be treated or is it treated?
She's telling it is being treated as a full-time assessment activity. So uh, she wanted you to elaborate more on this micro learning practice and differentiate between the two.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. We have seen people getting grades for answering a reflective spot question also. We have seen some courses like that, and some platforms actually have that option. It is nothing but LBD embedded into LED. So it's an activity that is not after the LED, but it is within the LED itself. So yeah, it's a matter of platform and matter of your academic decisions. But yeah, it's a great thing to have that.
Yeah, we are done with the questions posted in the form. I think we have a couple of questions in the YouTube chat, sir.
Okay, can you go ahead?
One is on do we have a separate course on instructional design on NPTEL?
Yes, we have. Not really titled as instructional design, but maybe academic content design or something like that, which is equivalent to that. I think Nitar Bhopal has made that course, if I'm not wrong.
And Sanjoy, he wants to know about internal marks assessment, actually.
Internal marks are comprised of the formative assessment that we have put in the course. They are in the format quizzes and knowledge quizzes. So these 3 quizzes are released at a particular timeline, and they are supposed to be answered after consuming the content of the week. So these, uh, according to Arjun, maybe you can go to the route, you can tell the participants exactly how much of internal marking weightage is required to appear for the exam. But this time, because we have 8 weeks, you have a fair amount of chance of catching up with something. But there is no chance of hitting the deadline. So today night, 12 o'clock is the deadline for week 180. And tomorrow night at 12 midnight will be the chance for submitting KQ2. And after that, week after week, we keep getting the deadline. So far, it was kind of a smooth period, like we Anything else?
I think, okay, Shruti has posted one question, sir. Like, what is assignment meant by? I have received mail for pending assignment for 2 weeks. Is it other than the quiz?
No, it is not separate anything else. Assignment is the quiz. Maybe we are been using word quiz for our purposes, but I think for NPTEL it means assignment. Anything else that you so let me go to the chat once again. Okay, so I don't think so any important point that you have missed out. I am going to take this suggestion of Avinash and use and you can organize the social links to ask questions.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Oh, sorry. Um, we will try to have a special lecture special Google Meet organized between the participants to see if we can access that could be. With this, I think we can start already 50 minutes into the thing. If there are no more questions, we can leave the room 10 minutes early. But just a final reminder, tomorrow is the deadline for first KT. By the way, just to take a poll, how many people have submitted the first KT? Today night 12 midnight is the deadline for submitting first knowledge quiz.
Sir, I got the details of on grading. Should I tell that?
Maybe tell us how many people have done?
No, the grading, sir, the grading criteria actually. If someone
Okay, go ahead, share that.
So grading activities in the online course, 25% weightage towards the overall grade. So knowledge quizzes, these will be on regular content released every week and carry 70% weightage towards online graded activities. And assimilation quiz will carry 20% weightage. And reflection quizzes, these are based on the participation in the discussion forum each week and carry 10% weightage towards online graded activities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any rule which says that how much percentage from internal marking should be obtained in order to appear for the exam?
So I think the best 7 out of 8 consolidated weekly assignments will be used for grading. And
Okay.
yeah.
So these are the details of internal marking for somebody who had asked for it. Okay. We have people who are responding for how
Yes.
many quizzes submitted?
Avinash has submitted, then Shruti has submitted 1 and 2. Yeah, Sujit also submitted. Yeah, Priyanka also. Yeah.
Okay, great. Before I leave, I will just show you one more last thing. Yes, I hope all of you can see the screen.
Yes.
So here when you go and see the discussion, this is based on the timeline and we have not opened any of the discussions. They all look like updates right now. This is very interesting times because so many messages are waiting to be there.
Sorry, sir. Your voice is breaking in between, not clear in between.
Arjun, will you be able to show the label part? Or you speak, I will stop speaking.
Sorry, sir.
Why don't you go ahead and speak? Is it better?
Yes, it is better now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my face was consuming lot of memory. Okay. The point I'm making is that if you see these labels and if I click on the label, then all the posts which have introduction label will come up here. Our TAs are constantly labeling the post that you are doing, so that way it will help. For example, this is about learner centricity approach. If I click on this, I will get all the messages on learner centricity. Similarly, doesn't matter on how many pages and wherever they are, it all will be on a single click, with a single click. If it is about MOOCs, then you can see all these discussions about MOOCs have come on. This is a very good feature which will help you in sorting relevant content fast. This is all of you start using. Okay. So if there are no more questions, maybe we can call it off. Arjun, are there any other?
Uh, no, I think we are done, sir.
Okay, great. So thank you all for joining in. We have taken cognizance of your comments and suggestions, and we will act upon it. Uh, just be with us and let us know what all can be done. So thank you very much.
Thank you all for joining today. Yeah, we'll meet soon. Yeah. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye.